Hey guys, today we're taking a look at the S.H.Figuarts Jujutsu Kaisen Itadori Yuji. And before we take a look at this figure, I'd like to mention that I'm actually a really big fan of Jujutsu Kaisen. I thought the anime was really good and I can't wait for the OVA movie that are coming out. Now with that out of the way, I'd like to say that this figure, just from my impressions of handling it out around for a while, which I would like to apologize for the delay in reviews. I went to surgery to have my wisdom teeth removed, so I couldn't talk and I was kind of out of it for a couple of days. But now that I'm getting better, I can get back to doing these reviews and releasing them more frequently for you guys. But I would like to say, for the amount of time that I had handling this figure while I was recovering, this is a really good figure. I really love the articulation, and I mean, it looks like it was just straight pulled out from the anime. And it's just beautiful looking. Even the painting on the face just looks exactly like he did in the show. And it's a wonderful sculpting. And I love the painting they used here on the hair and the clothes. I love it. Now, I do understand that some people will have complaints about the clothes being a much more shinier than instead of a matte like the fabric should be. But I actually really don't mind that. I think it actually looks nice and it elevates the figure a lot more. Now that we got first impressions out of the way, I'd like to get into accessories. Taking a look at accessories, I like to mention that the accessories for this figure are a lot, and I think they really elevate the figure to have much more posing options, and it's really nice. The figure here comes with two splayed out open hands. The figure also comes with those two kind of grabby hands. Well, not really grabby hands, but they're kind of like attack pose hands. You know, kind of like the renewal version Kamen Rider figure. Hold on, I have him right here actually, because I wanted it to compare for the articulation. They have like these type of hands, right? I kind of like to call them action type hands, kind of like pose hands. He has two of those on him right now. The figure also comes with two default fists. These are the hands that come with him in the packaging. The figure also comes with three accessory faceplates. He comes with one where he's looking more to the side, and one screaming, going to like punch you, or in like Dragon Ball cases, charging up faces. And some special parts, including an alternate front hairpiece here. And another special alternate hand and alternate face. And what this allows him to do is actually turn into Sukuna, which I think is a really nice inclusion. And I love how they did the sculpting here on the hand with the Sukuna mouth coming out of it. I think it's really nice looking. And the painting here on the Sukuna face is just wonderful looking. It, again, looks like it was just stripped right out of the anime. And for his final accessory, he comes with two of the sorcerer effect pieces. And I think these are wonderfully sculpted and molded. And if I'm not wrong, these look like they're similar to the fire effect piece that came with the original S.H.Figuarts Jiren. I think they might be a little different, but they're similar in sculpt and feel. Now, with accessories out of the way, let's get into articulation. Taking a look at articulation, I'd like to mention that Itadori here is full of those new Tamashii Nation joints, which are really nice. I think the first figure that had these new and improved joints was Bardock. I'm pretty sure Bardock was the first figure to have these joints, and I think all the figures afterwards should use these new and improved joints, or should have those joints. Now, with that out of the way, the figure does have a up. He can look up that far. He can look down that far. And I think that's some good range here. And that's due to a dumbbell joint here that connects the back piece of the head to the neck. And then a dumbbell joint that connects the base of the neck to the torso. Then here, he has the same joint that's here is the same joint that's used up here in the hand. So it is a ball joint here that is connected to a stem that plugs into the body. He has a floating piece here that kind of acts as a butterfly joint, as you can see. The arm can move that far out. It can go back to neutral. It can do a 360. It is tight. No swivel here. It does have a double joint here. And then the joint here in the shoulder is the same here in the hand, like I was saying earlier. And I actually prefer this joint for the hands. I mean, I think it's personally better than the joint they were using before. I really prefer this. As you can see here, the red cuffling piece is a floating piece. Kind of like the waist and the back part of the legs on Kong and Godzilla. Then the figure has a nice crunch, a nice arcing back, and I would like to mention that this lower piece here, it is flexible. It is kind of like a rubbery substance. I'm not sure what it is, but it feels like rubber. It's kind of smooth and pliable. The legs here have that far of an out. They can kick up that far, and they aren't hindered by the rubbery piece here. Can move back that far, and this is using that 2.0 Dragon Ball kind of body, that like the 2.0 legs that are seen commonly on the Dragon Ball figures. Then we have a thigh swivel, double bend here at the knees, up and down at the foot, also a swivel and the toe bend, and a very good pivot. I think the articulation here on the figure is very good, and it elevates Itadori into, like, from being a good figure to being a very good figure. I really love the figure, and I think you'll see that with my final thoughts that will be right now. For my final thoughts on the figure, I'd like to say this figure really surprised me. He is chock filled with accessory, has that new and improved articulation, which I prefer over the older articulation scheme. It is very show accurate. The faces are beautifully painted. The sculpting and the detailing is just wonderful. And for the price I got him, it's all a wonderful, really nice package. And for this figure, I'd have to officially give him my first ever 5 out of 5 stars. It is a very good figure, and I highly recommend if you're a fan of Jujutsu Kaisen, you can pick him up. I will have links in the description to the usual suspects, Amazon, eBay, and Big Bad Toy Store, but I will have an extra link to Box Lunch, and Box Lunch is where I purchased the figure from. Other than that, I'm really amazed by this figure. It's a very good figure. If you happen to find one in the wild, I would highly suggest picking him up. And that is it for my review. If you liked it, leave a like. If you want to subscribe for more reviews like this, please do. If you didn't like the video, please go ahead and dislike it. And if you have any thoughts and comments, please leave them down in the comment section below. But other than that, that is my review for the S.H.Figuarts Itadori Yuji from Jujutsu Kaisen.